Good morning, Muscle Madness viewers. Today here we're with Lak, and we're going to be talking about JKD, what it is and what it stands for. So Lak, thank you for your time. We understand you're busy, so we'll get straight into it. First question, what is JKD and what does it stand for?
Well, first of all, we'll start with JKD. The Cantonese word is Jeet Kune Do, and it translates into English into the way of the intercepting fist. Essentially what it is Bruce's combat philosophy, and it's based on Bruce Lee's research of the essence of what worked and what works in martial arts, and various aspects of martial arts. Bruce predominantly researched three primary martial arts. He started off in Wing Chun, Western boxing, Wing Chun, and Western fencing, and from there he developed an effective structure to generate speed and power for stand-up street fighting. And his study was based around, when I mention essence, the biomechanics and the kinetics that are involved around the striking techniques and so on. There is a misconception though that Bruce was taking the best in breeds from different martial arts. And like I said, that is a misconception, because Bruce himself said that you can't take the best bits of a Ferrari and the best bits of a Porsche and put them together and create a hypercar, because the parts weren't designed to work together. Similarly, with various martial arts, they all have different structures. So Bruce actually developed his own JKD structure, what is termed as the on-guard position, or ready stance, or often referred to as a Baijian in Cantonese.
Okay, excellent. And when did you first start JKD, and what inspired you to take part in this very unique martial art?
Basically, as a kid, I was drip-fed Bruce Lee movies by my father from the age of probably about 3 or 4. Me and my brother used to play fight quite a lot and get up to mischief. So my dad, roughly about the age of 7, my dad enrolled us into karate classes, and we did the karate classes, but it never felt like what Bruce was doing. The movement wasn't the same, and it just wasn't fluid. And we did that for quite a few years. So my martial arts journey really started from that age of 3 or 4 from the movies, Bruce Lee on the big screen. And it wasn't till just before I had my first child that I decided, I really wanted to pick up my martial arts again, and I really wanted to discover Bruce's art. And from there, I started searching for JKD. And back in the day, we're talking about early 2000. There wasn't much information on JKD on the internet. You Google Bruce Lee's martial art and so on. Just really couldn't find much. So after much searching, I was unsuccessful, and then I popped into a local health club in Manhattan where I was working and living at the time. And lo and behold, there was some martial arts classes running in Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do, and the rest is history, as they say.
Excellent. And what are the main principles behind JKD?
It's simple, direct, and non-classical.
Excellent. And what has been the biggest transformation in your life since you've been involved in JKD?
Good question. First and foremost, the sense of liberation, both in mind, body and spirit. Not conforming to any styles or patterns, and not just in martial arts, but just in life in general. And I think Bruce was much about trying to express yourself truthfully, and my JKD journey has really allowed me to develop my own expression for clarity, meaning, purpose, and control in my own life.
Okay. And have you seen any transformations in any of your students?
Absolutely, absolutely. One of my senior students now, he started with me about 3 years ago. He's been training for me about 3 years, and last Christmas gone, should I say, he actually came up to me and he said, "Lak, I've been a black belt in Taekwondo, and done many competitions and so on, but he said I really truly couldn't fight, and he said that not until I started training with you and you gave me the ability to fight through Bruce Lee's teachings." And another one of my students, he's a fairly short chap, and he's a grown man, he's got a kid and married and so on, and he often gets picked on because of his height. And he told me the other day that he was getting picked on by one of the guests at dinner, who was obviously taller than him, and he managed to get him into an arm lock after being bullied for about an hour or so, and he said, stop it, or I'll hurt you. And his precise comments were, I was walking tall after that moment because he didn't harass him anymore. So it's taught him some confidence. So absolutely drastic changes.
Brilliant. Okay. Have you sustained any injuries during JKD? And if yes, how did you get back on track with your training?
Nothing's really phased me in terms of injuries, apart from I wouldn't class like black eyes and bruises and scrapes and grazes and the odd knock and semi-concussion here and there as an injury. I think that's just part and parcel of the art of fighting. Bruce was quite famous for saying, if you want to learn how to swim, you must jump in the water. Similarly, if you want to learn how to fight, go fight. And when you're going to get into a fight, you're going to get hit. So you have to accept that as part of the art. Okay.
And what is the driving force that keeps you motivated enough to train yourself and others on the days you don't feel like doing anything?
Passion. Passion is the only word that describes it. I love JKD, predominantly because it makes sense and it works. It's effective for me. I teach it because it helps to solidify my understanding of Jeet Kune Do and allows me to elevate my expression of JKD to greater heights. So absolutely.
Okay. And what advice would you give to anyone that is thinking of taking part in this martial art?
In Bruce's own words, the usefulness of the teacup is in its emptiness. In layman's terms, keep an open mind.
Okay, and finally, if any of our Muscle Madness viewers and members wish to find out more about JKD or keep up to date with anything that you're doing, what is the best way for them to do so?
Well, we've got a website and you can visit us over there on www.jkdlondon.com, and you can download an information pack, and there's also a contact number on there. You can also call me on 0795 180 7982, and we can get together and book you in for a free trial class and start your JKD journey.
Fantastic. Lak, I'd like to take this opportunity again to thank you for your time, and Muscle Madness viewers, this is Lak with JKD.
Thank you very much.